I think maybe even Dirty Jersey Rat. Dirty Jersey. Yay! I love that song.
All right, let's continue on. Oh, we got a little... Baba Shab will be happy. We got a little Jeremy from the Quartering news. Baba Shab says, pull Jer apart with horses. Let's fucking go. No, you know what? You know what I hate about this? Is that as a guy who goes to the gym, and look, I go to the gym multiple times a week. I also eat like shit. So I stay at 6'3", 225, which is not a great weight to be, but it's not like obese. It's not like, oh my God, it's terrible. It's just, you could stand to lose 10 pounds. Jeremy is a fat fuck. Jeremy from the Quartering is an obese man. Genuinely suffers from obesity. None of that is hyperbole. So when I see these guys with obesity and all they'd have to do is go to the gym for a half hour a day and sweat and cut their calories by about 400 or 500 a day, and weight, when you're that fat, weight falls off of you. Those first 20 or 30 pounds come off like that. It's the last 10. You know, that's what I hate about having to lose 10 pounds. It's the last 10. The last 10 are always the hardest to lose because you actually have to live a better lifestyle. Jeremy from the Quartering did a very Jeremy from the Quartering thing. And he is going to crash/fad diet his way to not being a giant obese fuck. And it frustrates me when all of these big fat fuckers who became big fat fuckers because they're lazy and don't want to change their lifestyle decide, I'm going to lose weight, but I don't want to sacrifice anything, and I don't want to sacrifice any of the creature comforts. I don't want to go to the gym and start sweating, probably because Jeremy would be embarrassed at the gym. He wouldn't do very well, but here's the thing. Nobody's going to mock you for going to the gym. People are going to mock you for not going to the gym. You go to the gym and you work out. First of all, nobody fucking cares while they're there. They are there to do their workout. They do not give a shit about you. If anyone does see an obese person at the gym working out, you know what they think? If they think anything at all, which they probably don't, they think good for them. They're making a positive change. But Jeremy doesn't want to go to the gym, so Jeremy wants to do keto. Jeremy wants to do a crash diet, and knowing Jeremy the way we do, he's going to fail at this keto thing because he doesn't want to change his lifestyle. He's always been a glutton. He's never sacrificed. So even the crash diet thing, he'll probably fuck up. And when he does, he'll probably say he went to the doctor and he got sick or he had a bad reaction to the keto. Guys like Jer always have a reason why the certain thing that's worked for other people didn't work for them. Jeremy from the Quartering is a big fat fuck because he has the mindset of a big fat fuck. Jeremy is exactly where he should be. So he brings his trans co-host. I'm sorry, that's Melanie Mack. She's not trans. She just marries gay dudes. He brings Melanie Mack on and he's going to talk to her about his keto. Now, nobody better to empathize with you on being a giant fat fuck on a crash diet than a woman who has had the physique of a 12-year-old boy her entire life. But let's listen to Jeremy talk about his big keto thing. Again, if you want to do the crash diet, fine, I guess. But ultimately, people who do crash diets, you know what happens to them? They lose weight up front and they gain it all back because you got to end the crash diet at some time. You have to stop. And you haven't established a good pattern of working out, of raising your heart rate, burning fat, things like that. You've just been eating different. So when you stop eating different, you go back to your old ways. What do you think's going to happen? You're going to become a big fat fuck again. Let's listen to Jeremy on his new health kick.
Have anything.
I'm spamming electrolytes like crazy. I'm putting one of those scoops in so I'm having like 8 scoops of that. Like relight stuff every day.
That'll help. You might experience very minimal. Like the brain fog, that's normal for keto flu. So you are experiencing a little bit of that.
Keto flu. That's the other thing. People talk about ketosis and shit like that. I mean, I don't understand the allergy to working out. If a fucking bum like me can do it, anybody can do it. That's why I don't mind telling people, go to the gym. You don't have an excuse. Go to the gym. Because I know I can do it. And there's gyms that are open 24/7. You swipe the key swiper thing. You can get an hour in. or a half hour in even, which will be really helpful. But no, this guy's got I'm going to pour electrolyte powder. Jeremy probably puts electrolyte powder in his water thinking, you see this powder? This powder is what's standing between me and being totally thin and jacked and hot. So that when I go to the Ren Fair and I hit on chicks, I'm not going to look like a big ogre. I'll look like Prince Charming. He thinks he's going to get, like, all of his weight problems are going to go away from a powder. Jeremy is the kind of fucker that all of these fad diets have cashed in on.
You just might be a little more lightheaded, a little weaker. But like, yeah, some people, like, if you don't, because when I first did keto, I first tried keto like 10 years ago. I didn't have.
So that's where her tits went. Okay, I understand. Because she doesn't have any weight to lose. Melanie Mack. I did keto 10 years ago, and all of a sudden my husband got really hungry for dick.
Any resources or anything like that. And I didn't supplement any electrolytes or anything. And I felt like I had the flu. I felt like pukey.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I was burping constantly, dizzy, all this, but it was
The show's fucking great. The show's amazing. What does this show have at that time? 4,000 viewers? I should fucking kill myself. What do I do a good show for? Like, what do I do a good, engaging, entertaining, thought-provoking, funny show for? When these two cunts can have 4,400 people watching them, and at our peak in the morning, I'm at 7-something. Is it the yelling about the Jews? Because I didn't always do that.
Electrolyte imbalance, and I didn't know at the time.
That's what happened to me yesterday. And
yeah.
like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I got lightheaded. Yep. And I was like, oh, it's probably because I'm not drinking any electrolytes. And then I just, man, like I did like 3 scoops in one. It tasted like ass. But then I felt better like in 20.
Is this nigga doing like idiocracy? Electrolytes. It has what plants crave. Buddy, you got to get your heart pumping. You got to be moving around. You think you're just going to drink a bunch of electrolytes and all of a sudden all of my health problems are going to be gone? Move your fat ass.
Minutes.
Oh, yeah. That'll make a difference.
And I bought a hell of a lot of fiber, but without getting too specific, I haven't needed it. Like I haven't.
He's got cyclosporiasis. He's been having the shit. So that's great. You guys are all puking and shitting and wonderful. There'll be a reason he can't do this anymore too. There'll be a reason he can't stick with this. Did you guys see that he finally got a copyright strike for stealing people's shorts? It's about fucking time.
I haven't had any of that stuff.
You probably won't need it, yeah.
Other than the protein shake, which I think is from that protein shake. But anyway.
Right, yeah.
Speaking of, we got a couple of news stories, everybody.
Oh, good. Everybody loves a good Jer news story. That's the end of the clip. Like, oh, I got a protein shake. Oh, and I got a powder. Like, even when he's trying to lose weight, everything is about ingesting. Everything is about consuming. It's not like, oh, I went for a walk. Even a walk around the block would be solid. And then the next day do 2 blocks. And then the next day widen it out another block. Nope. I got my powders and I got my protein shakes and I got my protein bars and I got all my shit. What are you doing with all this stuff you're putting in your body? And again, when this doesn't work, it'll be something. When this doesn't work, it'll be, oh, I went to the doctor and I got sick and he told me. And go to the gym, calories in, calories out. Hey, Aaron, why aren't you at 215? Because I eat like shit. I go to the gym, I run 3 miles, and I spam calories. That's why. It's not because of the powders or the shakes or the anything else. Run, lift, sweat, burn. Or you know what? Just eat the protein shakes. Drink all the powders. Rexstart parody account says keto brand keto. Yeah. You got it. Get your keto brand keto today. It's going to be huge. It's not drop shipped keto. By the way, did they find out that his coffee is totally drop shipped dog shit? Did he have to finally admit that? That's kind of shitty. Like, I believe people who have been buying coffee brand coffee should be able to sue him, because hasn't his whole gimmick been like, my coffee isn't drop shipped? Coffee brand coffee exposed. Didn't Luther Morgan do something on this? Yeah. 3 months ago. Quartering's family business exposed.
Maybe if you read it, you could have.
PPP. All right, let me check this out real quick. Oh, let's do a quick thank you to. Where'd it go? I fucked up my chat. There we go. Main Vein with $20. Thank you very much.
Wanna fuck? Let's fuck.
Main Vein holding the line for the old toe. Thank you. He says, Aaron, stop worrying about what a bunch of internet think of you. You have a severe competition complex. Focus on your fans. We pay the bills. Your private life is good. Stop stressing like a cunt. Yeah, you know what? When you put it that way, the guy isn't wrong. Thank you for the $20, Main Vein. Few more of those and we're home free. 12 memberships away from 800. Speaking of the fans that pay the bills, let's pay the bills tonight. Let's get a W. We turned out, because of some of our buzzer beaters and our merch sales, we did end up getting a win last night. So we're 90 short from this morning. Other than that, we're absolutely perfect for the week. Thank you guys so much. Hit like, hit subscribe, or hit follow, hit like, and share the show.
Contact them. You can't even call them. They don't even have a 1-800 number.
See, yeah, and I'm really sorry. And the fact that I'm tapping out of this, some people might be disappointed. If you are, I'm going to tell you, maybe find some new hobbies. Because I think Jeremy's a douche too, but this just seems invasive. Why? Is this entertaining to you? How's it going to impact you if you find out Jeremy's coffee was made somewhere he says it wasn't? I don't. Well, it shows that the Quartering's a grifter and a liar. Watch his show. He's a grifter and a liar. You don't need the coffee thing. You're going to spend 12 minutes listening to a guy tell. And I like Luther Morgan. Again, I like his book. I thought it was well done. He asked me to comment for it. I figured it was probably wasn't the right call for me. But the other thing is all these guys who are making all this money and getting all these views on Quartering content, I feel bad because it's like the people who did Stuttering John content for all that time. Once that, you have to do that all the time now where nobody's going to give a shit and nobody's going to watch you. And it's is that the stuff you want to be watching and reading all the time? It just seems taxing to me. Better men than I can do it. $1 from Fake Toe. Says, how long is 110 pounds of dead weight? About 2 years ago? No. Yeah, but wait a minute. I didn't drop that weight. I didn't drop that weight off of my body. I understand what you're saying. It was more like 125. Papa Shab says, they could easily pivot. You are retarded. Yeah, see, I hurt people's feelings. Whenever you don't act like these lol cows are all Adolf Hitler, all of a sudden you become the bad guy. You kind of become dad coming in and telling the kids that the birthday party's over soon. Our parents just don't understand, man. Jeremy's a piece of shit. Of course. 100%. He's a comedic figure. But everything I do is going to be about Jeremy. It just, I don't know. For them, maybe it's great. For me, it feels hollow. For me, I wouldn't feel fulfilled, and it just seems a little obsessive. And I think people come after me when I have that opinion because they kind of know I'm right a little bit. And you're like, hey, don't do that. You're ruining it. Like I said, I'm kind of being dad. I'll stop. I apologize. I won't be dad anymore. You're right. I'm wrong. It's all the coolest shit you could possibly fucking do with your free time. Right? It's all the coolest fucking thing you can do. Because I'll laugh at a clip of old Jer, but I just, when people start going, oh, did you hear about his coffee? I'm like, I don't mean to big time you. And I'm not trying to shit all over the thing you like. But I could give a flying cunt fuck about somebody's coffee bags. And if you give a fuck about somebody's coffee bags, I got to be honest, do you think maybe you're standing a little too close to the fire? Do you think Icarus is flying a little too close to the sun? No, and the more aggressive they meet that opinion or they meet that question is how you you take the most flack when you're right over the target. Yeah. We have, the Vince McMahon thing. This is, you know what? I feel bad because I think Sane Caesar, he's in the UK. He might have taken off for the day. And I think he would have creamed his pants at this one. Vince McMahon, they're talking about Vince coming back to the WWE. Now, this is two things. One, this is just proof that, like, no matter what he does, you're never going to be able to keep Vince down. So, like, you can have a Vince McMahon who is currently, I believe that federal lawsuit is still going on, where that woman alleges, like, Vince McMahon pimped his assistant out to, like, John Laurinaitis and Brock Lesnar and all these other people. It's like, Brock's gonna shit on your chest. Like, there's text messages where we're talking about poo and all kinds of stuff. And I believe that's still ongoing, even though there's a lot of questions about her honesty. There's a lot of questions about, you know, whose idea this was and how willing of a participant she was. I believe these accusations are still pending. And there's a lot of people in that WWE locker room that hate Vince because of what he did or didn't, what he's alleged to have done. But WWE is in so much trouble. I guess the Netflix ratings aren't as good as they wanted. A lot of the PLEs, as they call them, the premium live events, TKO is not happy with the storylines that are being cranked out. And they're saying, you know what? I think we need the old man back. And I don't think they're wrong. I mean, there has never been a time in modern professional wrestling history where Vince McMahon hasn't been part of the creative or part of the program, if you will, and it hasn't been successful. Now, you remove him from it, you remove him from the business, and everybody notices, everybody admits, the quality goes down. The storylines that are being cranked out, and they're saying, you know what? I think we need the old man back. And I don't think they're wrong. I mean, there has never been a time in modern professional wrestling history where Vince McMahon hasn't been part of the creative or part of the program, if you will, and it hasn't been successful. Now, you remove him from it, you remove him from the business, and everybody notices, everybody admits, the quality goes down. So bringing Vince McMahon, I mean, you'd have to bring him back as a bad guy, right? You'd have to make him a heel. You couldn't, could you imagine how bad it would look for WWE if they brought Vince back and everyone just fucking popped for him and they were so excited to see him and they're like, guys, this is the pimping out women shit on the chest guy. We can't be cheering him. Honestly, it's a coin flip. I think people do miss him. They might cheer for Vince McMahon. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer, who's a cunt, addressed McMahon's future after the Janelle Grant lawsuit, that's what it is, was moved out of federal court and into private arbitration. So that means they're close to settling if they're in private arbitration. Like, Vince is a billionaire. Why didn't you just write this woman a check to begin with? Meltzer made it clear that he does not see McMahon ever regaining control of WWE, but he would not be shocked if the company eventually brought him back in a limited figurehead role. I mean, that alone would make people shit their pants. WWE could not allow McMahon to run the company again after the chaos that defined his final years overseeing creative. It's one way to put it. Raw scripts were regularly changed at the last minute, announced matches disappeared without explanation, and entire shows often felt like they had been ripped apart hours before airtime. I don't know, man. You're going to have to live without Vince McMahon at some point. Like, Vince isn't going to live at some point, Vince is going to die. So Vince, I mean, what? Is he 80? Vince might be about Trump's age. Vince McMahon age. Yeah, he's 80 years old. He's turning 81 in August. So, like, Vince isn't long for the world. So, you know, maybe not. Maybe just, you know what? You've gotten this far without him. He's gone. Bringing him back just brings you back into that Vince stuff and then all the baggage that comes with it. Now he's in the middle of settling a lawsuit. Just see what you can do without him, I think. Taste Fairy Ialto says, I just really don't want Vince running creative again. I think that's more than fair.
Flipping through the devil verse, grabbing all the best parts of the shows that